Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another J the Star video. Welcome back, my peeps. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my prediction of Elbaph, what will happen in this amazing arc. So I hope you guys like the video and subscribe. So my guys, my peeps, Elbaph has just started a month ago, and even though Egg Island is starting out slow, but usually how Oda like to write this arc, usually every arc starts slow, then Oda like to build this arc into like big endings and very amazing endings. There Oda usually start his arcs and build up his arcs. So I have faith that Elbaph will be a very good arc because Oda is in his bag recently with Egg Island and Wano and stuff like this. So I think in this video is about my prediction of Elbaph, what will happen in Elbaph, and something that I thought about Elbaph very like when I think very like closely about Elbaph and everything that could happen. I was saying to myself, oh wait, Egg Island was quite a long arc, or was quite a medium arc, and it had 66 chapters, and Egg Island was supposed to, like we thought, Egg Island was supposed to be a short arc with a lot of lore and information about the world, and we thought Elbaph would be the long arc because Oda have been building this arc for a long time and wanted the story have a connection to Elbaph. So we've been thinking, what if we're wrong? What if Egg Island is the long arc with big stuff happening, and Elbaph is the arc that's short and have a lot of lore, have a lot of character burden, word burden, and information about the world. And we were wrong about Egg Island. About Egg Island was supposed to be a short part, but in reality, Egg Island was a very long arc with a lot of chapters and not a lot of lore. I mean, kind of. There was a lot of lore, but not as much. So we were wrong about the Egg Island. So now could we be wrong about the Elbaph? So now I'm making a video. Now one of my theory is Elbaph, there is no big villains, no big things is going to happen. We are not going to meet Shanks in this arc. But I think one of my theory is that when after Elbaph, well, no, not after, but during Elbaph, we will get a lot of information about and a lot of lore about the Sun God, because the Elbaph and the Giant have connection to the Sun God and stuff like that, and we could even meet Shanks, but I don't think we'll have a fight. I don't think Shanks or Luffy will challenge each other to a pirate fight. I don't think that will happen because this arc is supposed to be the short arc, right? With a lot of lore and a lot of information. So one thing that I could see happen, I don't think Shanks will show up. I think Shanks will appear a lot in Elbaph, but not on the island, and I don't think so Shanks is going to meet Luffy. I think the Revolution Army will go to Elbaph and take Luffy. And or even Dragon could, make the Revolution Army will first Sabo go to Elbaph to take Luffy so they can try and rescue Garp from Blackbeard, because I don't think at the moment Dragon would be focused. Okay, look here. Let me just give you the summary, then make me talk about it, what I think could happen. So the summary is Luffy and the gang will get a lot of information and lore. Loki will break out of Elbaph with Kid. I think Kid and Elbaph will form. So not Kid and Loki, not Elbaph. Elbaph is a place, you monkey, stupid. But I think Loki and Kid, those two will form together, and they will escape from Elbaph. So then I believe, J the Star, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that the Dragon and the Revolution Army will go to Elbaph because they know Luffy is on Elbaph, and Dragon will go to Elbaph to tell Luffy and try to team up with Luffy and his crew to face Blackbeard and to rescue Garp. And you guys might be saying, oh, sexy Jay the Star, my beautiful husband, you so hot, you so sexy. Why do you think Dragon want to make Luffy to join him and to rescue Garp? Well, little people, my little fan base, just quiet down and make me talk to you guys and make me give you my information why I think this will happen. And I think the reason is because Dragon at the moment and the Revolution Army are very busy on taking down the Holy Knights and the Celestial Dragon. They are not focused on taking down Blackbeard or none of that. They are focused on taking down the Celestial Dragon and the Holy Knights. And I believe Dragon at the moment, where we talking and Interceptor in a One Piece timeline, I believe that Dragon and the Revolution Army, strong Revolution Army, are busy in different part of the world trying to get information, trying to get enough resources and materials to take down the Holy Knight. So I believe at the moment the Revolution Army is quite everywhere. They're not at the moment, not all of them is like together. I hope you guys can understand, but I believe the Revolution Army is like scattered everywhere, and they're not at full power at the moment because most of the people are doing stuff from freeing people from islands, getting materials to fight against the Holy Knights and busy fighting the Holy Knights. I believe Dragon will in Sabo. I don't even think Dragon would say, hey, we need to get Luffy. I think Sabo would be the one, and I believe that Dragon would do, like, hearing the news of Garp in capsule and might get an execute, might have an execution. I can see Dragon freaking out, being very stressed because he can't go to a Yonko territory by himself and try to rescue Garp, and he can't even take some of the Revolution Army to the Blackbeard's crew or to the Blackbeard's territory to rescue Garp. The reason is because they're not at 100% power. They are scattered. They are not at 100% power, and I think Dragon don't want to take a chance of making a war with the Blackbeard's crew because they're not at 100%. They're not at 100%, and they're not trying to fight a pirate. They're not trying to fight a Yonko. They're trying to fight the Holy Knights and the world government. So I believe Dragon is like, you'll be very stressed, and Sabo would be the one to tell Dragon, hey Dragon, let's just try to get your son and my brothers help the Straw Hats. And that's how I think, and that's why I would believe Revolution Army with Sabo would ask Luffy for this favor. But the thing is, with Luffy would take it 100% because recently Luffy have been acting more smarter and have been acting like more as a leader, because I believe if Luffy here, his best friend, his brother Sabo, and his father Dragon come up to him and say, hey, your grandfather is in a lot of trouble, let's work together to rescue Garp, and Luffy would say yes 100% because he wouldn't want the same thing to happen with Ace. And now this time Luffy would see, okay, I can't go and fight Blackbeard by myself. I can't fight another Yonko because that would create another war, and I don't want to put my friends in danger. But if I have the Revolution Army help, it'll be very hard for the Blackbeards to try to fight against us and to create a war, because Blackbeard will be too scared to fight against the Straw Hats crew and Wolf Dragon. So that's my theory. I believe that this arc will be very short, and this arc would lead to the big arc of the Elbaph, and that might be rescuing Garp or something else. I don't know. That's a video in itself. What is next of the Elbaph? That's gonna be a video. But if this happen, okay, cool. But there's another theory that's going on, like, around everywhere, that Ake Inu would take Green Ball and they will go to Elbaph to try to capture the Straw Hats crew. And with that would lead to a very big war between the Marines and the Giants with Luffy. And I seen that everywhere, that people saying, one of the theories is that Ake Inu and Green Ball, Ake Inu would be so upset that Luffy is causing so much trouble, and Luffy they killed a elder a Gosei memo, and I think Akinu would be so upset that Kizaru couldn't do this job, and he would be so frustrated. And Akinu would say, fine, if they can't do it, make me do it. Make me take down Story, make me get this over and done with, because I don't think Akinu would see Luffy as a Yonko like the other Goseis, like not other Goseis, but like Kizaru. And even Rob Lucy didn't even acknowledge Luffy to be a Yonko, so maybe I can't say his freaking name, Inu. Maybe Inu will also do the same, and you also believe that Luffy isn't a Yonko and he's just a strong part. He isn't a Yonko. Maybe Inu would be very arrogant that he can take down Luffy and them. So maybe Inu will start a war with the threat and stuff like that. Another thing that could happen is Shanks being on Elbaph, and they will have the 5v5 or that pirates fight, which I am cool with it. I'm not really a fan of it. I just believe it's too simple, it's too easy. I'm not kind of a fan of it, but at the same time I don't care if Shanks show up to have a 5v5, or even Shanks show up on Elbaph and kick Luffy out of the place, because Barto did, they kind of start a war on them, and now Luffy's on his island, his territory, and Namayanko is on his territory. So I actually believe that would be better if Shanks saw up, and Luffy would be so happy to see Shanks, but Shanks just kicked them out of the island because they are supposed to be enemies now. So that could happen, but again, I'm not a fan of that. I'm also not a fan of the Inu thing where Inu want to go to Elbaph to capture Luffy, but that don't make sense. The Inu one don't make sense, because Inu is a fleet animal and he's smart, and he would realize if he try to capture Luffy, that would start a war with a Yonko. And not only that, they are on Shanks' territory. So if Inu is smart, he would realize there's two freaking Yonkos could be there, and you want to start a war with one of them. I don't think that's a smart plan for Inu. And another thing that could happen is Crosscut show up and try to steal the robins of the thing, but I don't like it. So the first theory with Dragon, I think would happen. I think it's the most likely to happen, and I think this is the one to happen. And I just don't think Elbaph will be a big arc, and I just think Elbaph would just be a lot of lore and information, and Elbaph would lead to the other arc, would be the bigger arc. That's what I'm saying, because Elbaph have no villains at the moment. So yeah, I hope you guys like the video. I hope you guys subscribe. I'm gonna see you guys later. Goodbye.